Sure. I mean, from our perspective, as industry folk that have lived in this sort of world of the web and having it propagate the way it has, I think the exciting times are ahead of us in terms of artist services. Not only are you going to find more and better apps or services to help you grow your music or grow your fan base, I also think the creativity that will be associated with all these neat ideas that we haven't even thought about that are going to
so
pop
excited.
up.
Look at
It's
this.
it's a really fun time to be in the sort of media services space on the digital side anyways. For artists, I think it's, going to be a little bit of time, like we talked about,
Yes.
before you'll see sort of a ubiquitous set of solutions. I still think the industry is very fragmented and going through a transition period. I think it's ultimately inevitable that we will have much better tools available for people to control their own destiny, if you will, as they do the journey around music, or whether you're a publisher or whether you're an author, or I think even a film actor. They're all the same, right? Ultimately, branding is so important. So the message that we were trying to give, I think, at a high level was, there's services out there that can make your life easier now. They're only going to get better over time. Keep in touch with the changes so that as things change and evolve, you're able to take the best of what's out there and actually utilize it for your benefit. Obviously, we believe fundamentally that having your home on the web is extremely important, not just as a product, but because of philosophically you want to own some place where every day people are going to be able to find you. I don't think, in essence, outsourcing your real estate requirements or foundation to a third party like MySpace. MySpace is a great example of something that failed. Facebook, think of what they just did with their apps and sort of the timeline process. You can be subject to someone else's whim, which may not be about yourself. So I think, first and foremost, controlling your presence on the web.
Okay.
The second piece of advice I would give is treat your fans like friends.
Okay.
Right? And really, especially if you're starting out as an artist, I touched on this in our panel, your goal really should be to grow and nurture your fan base. Get deeper with the existing fans and find new ones. And so there's many services out there that help you do that. But cultivate them, treat them like your friend. They are not consumers, they are your friends, your fans. And I think understanding that distinction can make a huge difference to you over the longer haul. I guess if there's a third one, I would say make sure that you are focused on investing in yourself.
Okay.
Right? Especially when you're getting started. This is a very competitive field. It's getting more and more competitive over time. The monetization sources are fewer and farther between, which basically means, invest in your craft. And hopefully you're doing it for the right reasons, which is, music's a wonderful cultural, I don't know what you want to call it, thing that needs to be nurtured. You'll have success because you focused on that as opposed to monetary gains or, that one licensing deal, or you mortgage your future because you want to do a label deal or whatever. These are all great things. They might actually work for you, but they're not necessarily right in every occasion. But invest in yourself, nurture your fans, and make sure you have real estate on the web.